Hi, today we're going to go over some ideas on how to enhance the doodle that you already did. In the previous one, I made this doodle, and I'll link it in the card. I think it's over here later on. But I'm using my Hana Mural pad. I'm using Inktense pencils, actually only one today, and it's going to be Deep Indigo, and it's 1100. The supplies will be listed in the description below. I'm also going to be using my Doodle art pen. It's acrylic ink, and I'm going to be using 03. And my Uniball signal, which is the 0.28, which is a really fine point. I'm going to be using the a water brush to activate the Inktense, and a little bit of pencil, but not a lot. And maybe a needed eraser. So let's get started. One of the things I like using the Inktense pencils is you don't need a lot to get a lot of color. So this one here, this was charcoal gray, and like I said, this is Deep Indigo. Another color that I like to work with is Payne's Gray. Another neutral color. So basically, like I said in other videos, I don't know what I'm going to do until I actually do it. I put down some unnecessary piece of Inktense, and I'm wetting it with the water brush. You can use regular brushes if you want, but I'm trying out water brush because it's new to me. Once you activate the Inktense, it becomes permanent. So if I wanted to go over the color that I'm working on now, it won't lift up. So you can, it's more or less permanent. And every so often, infuse your water brush with a bit more water. I like the play on the charcoal gray with the indigo. It's a nice combination. Of course, when you use watercolor, or in this case Inktense, you have to allow for the drying time. And another reason why I like the Doodle art paint pens is that the paint is actually acrylic and it's permanent. So this here, when I run over it, it doesn't smear, which is good. So let's add in some more indigo. And remember to reposition your piece of paper to make it easier for you. Get a bit more water on my brush. I like to do the geometrical shapes because when you, like, this is one shape, but by adding the division, you have 3 spaces to play with as far as design patterns that you like. You have a little bit of buckling on the piece of paper that you learn to accommodate it. One of the things I like about water media like watercolor or ink tints is that you have a general idea of what is going to happen, but the mediums are fluid and you don't necessarily know exactly what's going to happen. You have, like I said, you have a general idea, but the outcome is pretty much happenstance. So let's go with it's here. No, here. Now I'm using kind of neutral colors here, but you can use any combination that you want. Okay, so not bad. I like it so far. I'm going to let it dry and I will be back. I'm going in with my number 6 to fill in the more space. And the only thing I don't like about Doodle art pens is you have a 0.6 here, but nothing on the barrel has a 6. So you don't know what point you're using if the cap is off. And I have a tendency to just switch between the one pen and the next. So if you're listening to the art, change that. If you liked the video so far, if you wouldn't mind hitting the like button, because YouTube likes when people hit the like button, because YouTube will share it out to more people. So thank you. And if you want to share it, the video out as well, that's good by me. So normally what I'd like to do is one design element, then incorporate it somewhere else so it's not by itself. So I'm going to be here, and the mind, for whatever reason, it likes odd numbers. So I'm going to add in another one, and I think it trains it up a little bit. So here. Now these are some of my favorite patterns, but if you have different patterns, go for it. You do you, and we're all going to be happy campers. Although it's been a while since I camped. Another design pattern that I want to incorporate is what I call the weave. Basic is a number of lines going down, let's go here and here, and let's go for this and a little bit different. So the weave basically is a checkerboard. Okay. And you can change up the perspective however you want. So the weave, like, I'm going back to the 3. So, okay. So you can basically ink in the lines. And every so often, if you need to move the paper, go ahead and do it. So the weave essentially is a modified Celtic cross. Okay. Okay. And then another version is, let's go for this one. But don't go all the way down, okay? So, and then turn it a little bit and go up to the line that you just finished, and then again have more space. Okay. So you see, you have lines. This one is going to be going behind, so you draw that. And because this ends, this one starts. Okay? And since this is one edge of the weave, you go like that. And then since this is underneath that one, it's going to be over or on top of this band here. Okay. So far, so good. Let's get rid of the lines, because I tend to forget it afterwards. And I'm going to switch the pen again. I'm going to do the univol signal 0.28, and I'm going to add some detail. And a little bit of hampering. To give it a bit more depth. And a little bit of cross hatching. And cross hatching is just a little bit of lines over the hatch. And let's go with a little bit of hatching in this one as well. And cross hatching, again, it's small lines or hatching in the other direction. Going in with my 03 again, I like to add some organic patterns to my doodles, and one of my favorite is kind of funny scroll work. Basically a series of opposing swirls throughout. That way you can round out when they come together. And you can also maybe add a hint of a plant like this. And that's the signal I'm going back to. And you can add as many as you want. And a little bit of round balls or circles. Don't get caught up in making the perfect circle. The circle is apparently the most difficult shape to freehand, so don't get caught up in that. A big one here, small one there. And then the detail around that one and this one. And if you want, you can add a little bit of a line. And if you do it like this, you can end it here and then pick it up where you want to finish off. So, for example, this is another long one. I'm ending it here, but I wanted to pick it up over here, and then I'm ending it here, and then pick it up over here. Sorry about the noise in the background. I live in a busy area, and I'm surprised that the fire and engines haven't gone off, because I live by a firehouse. So I'm going here. With a pencil and going back to the number 3. Don't worry about the lines as opposed to are they perfect or not. Not to worry. Let's go with that one. And what I like to do is what I call matrix. Basically, you do the shape like that, the initial line, and then you can go in and create a buffer range for additional shapes. Have fun with this. There's no rhyme or reason for any of it. Just do what you want. I'm going to extend the lines down here and up there, round it out a little bit. Kind of like, looks like a flower, and we want to have this flower here, so the petals are facing here, which means that your eye will follow the line again. Now, any time you can stop and walk away from your doodle. You don't have to do it all in one sitting. And a little spiral and a little detail here. Again, whatever you want to do, you do. So if you're liking this video and want to subscribe, you can do that now, I guess. And hit the notification, and that way when there goes the sirens. So when I go for another video, you'll be notified. And you can always add more to your doodle, like I'm doing now. Sometimes I'll sign it and then look around and see, ooh, I can do this. But in this case, I'm pretty much done. So remember to sign your work and date it if you want. So yeah, how do you like it? I think it turned out pretty good. I like the different hue of the indigo against the charcoal gray, and ties in with the ink of the black of the ink. So the next video that's going to come up now is like with rings and the same kind of doodling. Hope you enjoyed the video and got inspired to play around with your ink tints or watercolor or colored pencil. Take care, and I will see you next time. Bye.